We are going to take this ball and slide it down this ramp and have it go into that cup. But first, we have to make some calculations so we know where to put the cup. So we're gonna start our ball, let's say, we'll just do 30 centimeters here on my meter stick. We're gonna let it fall down the ramp, and when it hits the table, it's gonna make a noise. I'm going to block the end of the table with another wooden piece, so when it hits that end, it's gonna make a noise. And what we're gonna get is 2 acoustic events, and we can get the time between 2 acoustic events with our VFox app here. And what will that do? Well, if we can figure out the distance that we traveled during that delta t, we can get our velocity. And if we know our velocity going off the table, we can figure out how far away it will land from the table. What is our delta x? What is our displacement on the horizontal direction? The other thing we need to know is what is the height of the table above the floor. This is our vertical displacement, and if we know what this height is and we know the acceleration due to gravity, we can figure out how much time it's going to take for our ball to go off the table and onto the floor. And if we know that time, it's going to be the same time as a ball going with a certain initial velocity in the horizontal direction off of this table and hitting the floor. It's going to take the exact same amount of time. So if we can get t and we know our initial velocity, we can figure out how far away the ball will land, and we're trying to put it in that cup. Okay, so I have my app here, and this is going to tell me my time interval on 2 acoustic events. And if I hit play, right? So we want to do this so we can get our ball, which looks like it's going to be landing with about 24 centimeters, it looks like, that it'll create the sound, and then it's going to hit right here at 0 on this block. So let's see what we get here. 0.148. 0.148. 0.104. I think when it bounces early, it's causing it to, let's increase the threshold here maybe to 3. 0.143. Let's do one more. 0.149. So we got a bunch of 0.148s there and a 0.149. So let's go with 0.148. And I would also say that it seems to be hitting, we can do this in slow motion. It's hitting right about here, so the front of this marble is at about 23, so I'm going to say that our change in position here is 23 centimeters. What is our situation here? Our change in our X position here is 23 centimeters. Is that what we got? Like 23 centimeters, I think. So 0.23 meters. And the time that it took to do that was what did we say? 148. 0.148 seconds. All right, so we can calculate what our velocity is here of the marble as it just goes off of the table. So velocity is just the change in position over the change in time, right? That time interval. So velocity is going to be 0.23 meters divided by 0.148 seconds. And I do this on my calculator, 0.3 divided by 0.148, and that gives us 1.55 meters per second. Okay, and I was going up here at the 30 mark, so just so I can remember that. Got to always start it at the same place. If I go higher, it would be, we change our time and our velocity. Okay, so now what does that mean? That means that the ball is going to be going 1.55 meters per second in this x direction here, this horizontal direction, and we are neglecting any air resistance here. So it's going to be going that velocity in the x direction the whole time until it hits the cup. Now here's our cup down here. The cup will stop it. But if we know how much time elapses, we will know, so each position, it might be there after a quarter of a second, might be there after half a second. Now there'll be a little bit more than that. And then boom, at some point it's going to hit. But each one of these instances, my vector for the velocity in the x direction is going to be the same length. Now it will be increasing the velocity going in the horizontal direction. It'll be increasing negatively, right, until it hits the cup. And so we're not too worried about that. We are only worried about the time here that's going to take, because we know again that the displacement is going to be the velocity times the time. And we could say average velocity, but the velocity doesn't change during this whole path. So how do we get the time? And so we need to find something about how long it takes an object to fall from at rest, because our initial velocity in the y direction is 0 here. All right, we have a velocity going in the x, but the y direction is 0. We know our gravity is 9.8 meters per second squared. We don't know t. Okay, but we have this equation, y equals y sub o plus v sub o y t minus 1/2 g t squared. Now, we could say that our y sub o right here is 0. So we're starting at our 0 meters, and we are going to be falling a certain distance here to our cup. So we need to find our horizontal distance from the table to the top of the cup, and we
we'll put that in for y and y sub o. We know that v sub o sub y is 0. We could solve for t right here if we could do that. This is going to cancel out, and this will be a pretty easy calculation. So let's go back to the table and find the height of the table and the height of the cup, and we're going to take the difference of those two so we can find our change in our vertical displacement. All right, so we have to find the height of this table and the height of our cup. And the table is let's see here, is 76.6, 76 and a half centimeters. All right, and then my cup here, this old used cup, is 11 centimeters. So we got 11 centimeters for the cup, and we got 76 and a half for the table. 76 and a half, 11. We have the table, whoops. The table we measured as 76.5 centimeters. Oh, what's going on outside? So let's see. This is our height above the floor. Why don't we make this our initial y right here? Let's make it 0.765 meters. Okay, so centimeters into meters. And 11 centimeters. So that means our y, our final y, is 0.11 meters above the floor. So the floor is 0. Okay, and we know our v sub o sub y is 0. So if I subtract y sub o to the left side, and I'm saying this is 0, so I'm not even going to write it, and we're going to multiply by -2 to the other side, and then divide by g. All right, that's going to give us, okay, let's just do that. That's going to cancel that and that. So we're going to get t squared equals -2 times y. So 0.11 minus 0.765. Let's make this bigger. There we go. Zoom in a little bit more here. Divided by 9.8. And I took my units out, but. So, all right, what do we get there? So we're going to get 0.11 minus 0.765 is going to give us a negative 0.655. We multiply that times -2, we're going to get 1.31 over 9.8. Divide that by 9.8, I get 0.133, and then we got to take the square root of that, and we get 0.37 seconds is t. Okay, I just solved for t here, and I get 0.37 seconds. Okay, so that was really quick. It's in the cup by then. So we want to figure out again, we want to know the amount of time it takes for it to fall into the cup. And if we know our velocity here, or horizontal velocity, and we know the time, we could figure out what our distance is, or a change in our x position. So delta x equals, all right, what is our velocity? 1.55 meters per second times t, which is 0.3 seconds. So 1.55 times 0.37. is 0.57 meters. Okay, so that's 57 centimeters. So I have to place the cup, and really, when I put this delta x here, I want to really put it to the center of the cup, right here, not just to the cup, but right in the middle of where the cup is. And I hope that I can hit it. Okay, so let's test this thing out. We got our ball, we got our cup. We need to measure 57 centimeters from the table, and we're gonna send the ball down the ramp and see how close we get here. So, "57 centimeters. Puts us right here. And I'm gonna make sure that we go into the cup. I'm gonna miss it a little bit. Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1. There it is.